I'm Patty from the Morton Public Library. I'm going to show you some simple book repairs when using glue. These are for your home books. If a library book is damaged, bring it back to the library. We will fix it ourselves, but these are for your books. First, you will start with you want an apron. As you can see, it'll get dirty. You need book bricks for weight. We also use dowels. You can get these at a hardware store, cut them to the size you want, or you can use knitting needles. You'll need a craft knife of some sort, this pair of scissors. This is a boning folder, and you can use that, or you can use, I just use anything, credit card, driver's license, Circle K, I'll pull it up. Glue, you can use, we got this at Walmart, it's a craft glue. Just make sure it just says remains flexible. At the library, we use a liquid plastic. Rubber bands, just about that size. We have a bunch of those. And then we also have wax paper. I cut them into the size that we need them. Today, I'm going to show you how to do some simple tipping. That's this book. And repairing the spine. And then, oops, I want to say that again. There we go. And this is also kind of a spine repair. You can see it both. You can also tell by this way. You can just kind of see how it's really loose. And then this one is just simply, the spine isn't loose, but it's got that. For this paperback, and I will warn you, sometimes paperbacks just don't work, okay? We just will do the best we can. You want to kind of clean out this, get rid of the loose stuff. And I'm not going to do too much, just get, kind of get rid of the loose gunk. Otherwise the glue will just come right off when that comes, when it breaks off. All right, there wasn't too much loose on there. All right, again, you can use either one. Find a small little container, just pour a little bit. And you do want to water it down a little bit. All right, and then you just take your paintbrush, and then you just basically paint it with glue. And I just do make sure I get and this will adhere the pages back together as well as to the spine, and when we're done it will be good as new. Sometimes you can't even tell that we've and this is why we have these, because there's sometimes it's a little glue right there. But sometimes when we're done, you can't even tell that we've glued it. That's the hope anyway. Anyway, so then I make sure it's all lined up flat, and there's sometimes a little bit extra glue. And again, that's protecting the pages so the pages don't stick together. And you then can do that. And just put it under there for a couple days. This one we're going to tip. It's called tipping. And this one has two different pages. They're kind of loose, so we're going to have to do it to both of them. And you just put a very, 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 very thin little line of glue on the edges. And then you put it back in, as so. And line it up. And actually my glue's coming through, so I probably won't have to put too much on this one. Just again, a very, very, very thin line on the edges. And I should have done this beforehand. Just make sure you got them in the right page, because sometimes people return the books and they don't have them. They just stick the pages in. So you have to make sure you're on the right pages. All right, and then you stick it in there and make sure it kind of lined up. All right. And two paperbacks you can kind of put together, and then you just put the weight on that. That's paperbacks. This one, I'm actually going to cut and get that out of there, and then do the same thing. Get rid of loose stuff, because it's just gonna be one more thing for the glue to not hold to. And sometimes I use scissors. I just do different stuff and just try to make it clean. And actually this stuff probably could be stayed because the glue will go through it. So it's not as important as some of the loose papers. That I'm going to keep. But like this, it's just going to get in the way. Depends on how clean you want it. And then give it a nice coat. And where there is loose stuff, I'm actually making sure it's getting really good. And then do this side as well. Okay, then you close it. Put that in there in case there's some loose glue. And then I just, again, try to make sure it aligns as well as you can. There. This is where the dowels come in. You do that to protect the book gutters. So you know, where they have the little ridges, you just pop it in that the little book gutter. And that protects the book spine. And you just pop it in the little book hole. The same thing. You just put it there. And then you just put weight. For book hardbacks, I only put one per brick. This one's gonna be, I'm not really gonna be able to clean it up much because I don't want to rip it because it's pretty good. So I'm just going to glue it like this. And just get some good glue in there. And that's why you want that. I'm gonna have to make sure I use my wax paper. That's why we want to use the liquid plastic or craft glue that's flexible, because we want this book, you know, to bend and such. I'll use my longer one, and then I make sure it goes in there really good. Put that to protect the pages so they don't stick together. And sometimes I use different size dowels. And again, I just pop it into the little gutter. And like I said before, you can also use knitting needles. They fit right in there as well. And then I will go back and get another brick, but I'm not going to do that right now. But I forgot a step, the step where you put the rubber bands on. So I'm going to take this off here really quick. This is a book that was already done. So you basically put it there. And so that's what we use the rubber bands for. And I forgot that step, sorry. And now that is how you'd put it in the press. And that just helps hold everything together. But I'm going to show you what it looks like when you're done, hopefully. Sometimes you have to do with books more than once. So, and again, you take the little gutters out. And you just look. And this one, I can't even see. I think I repaired it there. So that book looks good. My paperbacks. Just again, you take the little rubber bands off. I try to find where the adhesive is. Pull it gently. This is the tricky part because that one went in way too deep. So I'm going to try to pull it gently out so I can. Sometimes you leave some of the plastic paper in. But this is why that rubber tape is really good, because adhesive glue, the rubber glue, plastic glue I guess it's called, because it's forgiving, it will take it back. So then you just pull that out gently. And again, maybe not perfect as new, but definitely can be checked out a few more times.